Hi everyone, John Cottrell here of MBODY Yoga, and welcome to Soft Flow Yoga. Thanks for joining me. In our practice, we're going to be focusing on our torso, doing some twists and a little bit of side bends, just to kind of open up through this area. Sometimes our abs can feel a little tight or not as strong as we'd like them to be, or even just a little stiff, so we're just going to open things up. So let's start in seated. Feel free to sit on a comfortable blanket or folded towel, or even a pillow or a block. We like to start with our breathing meditation. So wherever you are, just being sure you're sitting up nice and tall with a nice lengthened spine, nice relaxed shoulders. Feel free to close your eyes, or if you keep your eyes open, just take a soft gaze forward or down towards the ground. Start with a few deep breaths. A nice full breath in, feeling the expansion of your lungs, and exhale to completion. Again, breathing in and breathing out. And just continue with slow, steady breaths here, taking this opportunity to fully arrive in the space as you step into your practice. As you're breathing, just feel how breath is moving through your body. Be aware of how your body is responding to your breath. A nice expansion of the chest. You might even feel a little bit of lift in the shoulders, more length in your spine, sitting up a little taller. And listen to the sound of your breath. These are just some simple ways to just step into meditation, focusing on one thing, in this case, the breath. It's a reliable resource, keeps us in the full present. Good. Take 2 more breaths. We'll add a moving gesture, continuing our meditation. So from here, just inhale and extend your arms out and up, reaching for the ceiling. Nice stretch. And exhale, extend the arms out with a little bit of effort as you allow your arms to float back down by your side. Do that again. Inhale, reaching out. Feel as if you're going to touch the walls on either side of you. Reach up, touch the ceiling. And exhale, extend and reach. Good. Just continue to breathe and move at your own pace. Don't worry about following me. You can even close your eyes for this. Just notice how this feels. Nice extension of the arms as you reach out and up and right back down. Keep energy in your hands and fingers. Aware of this movement in your shoulders, allowing your arms to go up and down. And also pay attention to the sides of the body, since that will be our focus. We want to get some good length, creating space. So be sure you reach all the way up, a little extra reach here at the top. And exhale. All right, complete the breath that you're on and do one more. Very good. When you're complete, just allow your hands to rest by your side or on your knees or even just in your lap. And just continue with steady breaths here, returning from a moving body to a body in stillness. From here, we're going to take a mild rotation, starting to get into the sides of the body. I'm going to mirror you. Take your right hand and maybe place it out to your side or even slightly behind you. You're going to free up the left hand. You're going to inhale and just sit up as tall as you can. As you exhale, as you're able, pull the belly button in towards spine. It's the abdominal lock, helps secure the body and keeps us in this uplifting sensation. Inhale again, feeling even taller. Feeling like there's a string attached to your head, drawing you up. Exhale from the belly button, start to turn mildly to your right until you just kind of naturally stop. And you don't have to go any further than this. I barely turned. Then take that free left hand, just reach across and just hold onto the knee or thigh, just to hold yourself in place. And just continue with your breathing here. You don't have to turn any more than this. Just a rotation. So we're getting into that rotation through the spine, getting into the sides of the body, the abdominals, even a little bit of stretch in the muscles that support the ribs. Our other featured pose today will be some side bends, which we'll do seated and standing. And towards the end, spinal twist, which we do on the floor lying down. All right, from here, breathe in, feel tall once again. Exhale, draw belly button in, just help secure the body as you slowly unwind. Facing forward, and just hold here. You might even notice sensations in the body as everything comes back to neutral. And we'll do the other side. So left hand around to the back, push into the floor, feel nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, draw belly in, feel secure. Again, breathing in, string attached to the head, draw up. Exhale from the belly button, turning to your left until you just naturally stop. And that's about it for me. Taking that free hand and just holding onto the knee or thigh. This just holds you in place. You don't have to pull yourself any deeper into the posture. Just stay where you are. Inhale, continue to feel the lengthening of the spine. Exhale, draw belly in. So we're doing that core conditioning for the abdominal muscles, also your back muscles, your ribs. It even affects, in a good way, your hips. Holding for several more breaths. Good, now inhale, feel nice and tall once again. Exhale, pull belly button in to secure your body as you now unwind. We want to keep all that space in the spine so that when we unwind, things don't get kind of clunky in the rib or in the spinal column. All right, hold here for a moment. We're going to do a side bend. I like to bring in some blocks here, and I kind of treat them like arms on a chair. So we're going to bend to the right side. So right hand on the block. So we're going to inhale and take the left arm out and up. Inhale again, reach. Up and exhale, just a little tip over to the right. Now my right elbow is kind of bending, my hand is on the block. Now you might just pause here. Now if you can go a little deeper, creating kind of this armchair effect, maybe bringing the elbow and forearm down to that block. That way you can reach over a little bit more. And I can really feel the dynamic of that stretch on the left side. Don't worry about keeping this arm really stiff. You can even just relax the arm. And actually what it does is actually creates a little bit more weight because the arm is just more relaxed and it feels more like a pull. And I can feel that little extra stretch. All down through the left side of the body. Alrighty, we're going to come back up. So we'll start with this hand reaching out and then back up. Push into that block with the elbow or hand until you're nice and tall. And then we'll bring this arm back down. Let's return to stillness for a moment. We'll do the other side. So the hand on the block, we'll extend the right arm out and inhale to reach up. Hold on the exhale. Inhale, reach higher. Exhale, here's our tip over to the side. So this left elbow bends. Now you can just keep the hand here. Maybe this is enough of a stretch to begin with. Maybe just stay here. Or slowly and carefully go a little bit deeper, bringing the forearm down to the block. Now you can even bring that block up a little higher if that's too low, maybe something like this. That's perfect. I don't feel like I'm overstretching. All I did was just turn the block up a notch. And then we can go ahead and relax this arm, just feeling that little extra stretch. That feels really nice too. If you feel like your head and neck are stiff, because I can feel like my head is just kind of being held in place, you can even just relax the ear down towards the shoulder, just increasing the stretch now beginning in the neck. 2 more breaths here. All right, we'll start coming back up, reaching into the air with this right hand, rising up as I push into that block with the left, And with the exhale, arm returning down to your side. If you need to, just go ahead and roll both shoulders backward a couple times and forward. All right, let's move to hands and knees. We're going to make our way up to standing. We're going to do a standing side bend. But first, come to hands and knees. Feel free to use a blanket here if you need a little extra padding for your knees and hands. Just getting into our spine once again with cat and cow. Inhale, tipping chin up, arching the back, pelvis tips back. That's cow. Exhale, rounding the spine. Pull belly button up towards the spine, chin to chest. Feel that nice curve in the spine. We'll do that a few times. Since we did side bends, a twist, it's just another way of finding and feeling mobility through the spine and just all the ways it's able to move. Getting a good rocking sensation in the pelvis. Finish the breath that you're on and take 2 more. And when you're complete, just return to a neutral tabletop posture. Hold in stillness. And if you're using a blanket or a towel, let's just set that to the side. Return to hands and knees. Let's set ourselves up for downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and step the hands forward, spreading out the fingers. Press palms flat into the mat. Flat palms, strong straight arms. Tuck your toes. One more cat-cow. So inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Lift knees and hips into the air, head and chest sink between the arms. I'm not going to hold here too long, but I am adjusting my feet a little bit and hands a little bit. Keeping knees very bent, hips lift a little higher, hands press firmly into the mat. Nice strong arms, lengthening through the torso. Let's take a few steps forward until the feet are flat on the mat. Slide fingertips towards toes. We'll just pause for a few seconds in this forward fold. From here, we'll stand, shifting weight into the heels first. Bend your knees to lower your hips like you're sitting down. Maybe climb up the legs, bring hands to thighs. Push into thighs and just feel the telescoping effect of the upper body, just lengthening like that until you're in a chair-like pose. Push into thighs with hands, drill the heels into the floor to help you stand tall. We finish with an inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, arms down to your side. All right, let's do our standing side bend. Let's inhale, reach both arms up. On the exhale, just bring the right arm down. Just down to your side is good. Inhale, reach up through the left. Exhale, a little tip over to the right. Until you start to feel the stretch that feels good on the left side. You can even relax the arm like we did in the seated position. The arm can even just kind of drape over the head. Now I need a little support in my right hips, and if you need that, maybe just place this right hand on the hip. I'm kind of pushing towards the left a little bit and down, and it helps to support the pelvis. That feels good. I feel supported here. Nice side stretch. Let's come back up. Take both arms up. Inhale. Go ahead and move right into the other side. Exhale. Left arm comes down. Here we go. Inhale. Reach up a little higher with the right arm. Exhale. Here's our side bend. That feels great. I am going to support this hip with the hand, pushing in and down. I'm going to relax the right arm. Breathing. One thing you can kind of play with here is seeing if you can take a breath in to kind of expand and open up through the side that's being stretched. All right, let's come back up. Inhale, reach. Let's get both arms up. Nice and tall. Exhale, arms return down to your side. Very nice. And more circles with the shoulders. Very good. Let's just go through a simple sun salutation, but just making our way down to the ground, and we'll get into our spinal twist. Standing near the top of the mat, Let's inhale, extend both arms up. Exhale, spread your wings, bend your knees, sit back into the imaginary chair. Feel free to bring hands to thighs, and then you can slide the hands down the shins and maybe reaching your toes, but you don't have to touch your toes. And you might even release the head and neck. Take a peek between your knees so you can see the wall behind you, just to get that lengthening and stretch down through the whole upper back, down through the back of the neck. Inhale, let's rise up halfway. Slide the hands up to the shins or knees. Extend the spine, that telescoping effect. Exhale, let's slide back down. Bend the knees more. So you can place the palms on the mat out near the front. Take several steps or many steps as you need to the back end of your mat. Lowering the hips to shoulder level, plank pose. Strong straight arms, pushing firmly into the mat with the hands. Inhale here. Exhale, let's bend the knees a little and then send the hips into the sky, just taking a shortcut here to downward facing dog. Adjusting the feet, adjusting the hands. Let's do a Warrior One series. Picking up the right foot, we'll inhale, extend right leg back. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat, landing behind the right wrist. Turn left heel to the floor. We want some balance in the feet, so shift the weight back so there is some good weight in that back foot. Light hands here, torso out over this right thigh. Reach forward, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hold for a moment. Another good extension through the arms. Reach. And let's keep it moving. Inhale. Exhale, we're just going to fold. Bring the hands back down to the floor. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you to help align the hips. Firm press into the floor with the hands so you can slide right foot back. Plank. Pause, just for some good building of strength. Soft knees and hips into the sky. Head and chest sink between the arms. Adjust as necessary. And we'll do the other side. Just a Warrior One series. Pick up left foot, extend the left leg back with an inhale, reach. Exhale, step left foot to the top of the mat, right heel to the earth behind you. Put some good weight into that back foot so you feel solid on both feet. Extend your torso out over the left thigh. Reach forward with the arms, reach up, inhale. Exhale, just settle into the pose. Just holding for a couple of breaths, just so you can feel the benefit of this posture. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bring the hands back down to the ground. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. Even out the hips. Strong press into the floor with the hands. Strong arms. Slide left foot back. Plank. We'll pause for a second. And then we'll bring knees to the floor. Sit back briefly into hero. All right. All right, let's go right onto our back. So I'm just going to sit down, swing the legs around. And we're going to lie down. Do have your props nearby because they can come in handy, and I'll show you how you can use your props. And since we are lying down, if you want something soft under your head, it could be a pillow. I'm just going to use my blanket. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. Draw knees into chest. Just a little hug here and some gentle movements. I create a figure 8 with the knees, but it affects in a nice way my hips and back. And since the feet are free, I like to circle the ankles in both directions. Flex the feet and point the toes, and if you can, wiggle your toes. And if you can, free your hands. If you can keep your knees up or just set the feet down, maybe wiggle the fingers, circle the wrists. All right, let's draw the knees again towards body. Let's take our spinal twist. Alrighty, so let's start by taking the knees over to the left. Now let's say the legs don't quite make it to the ground like this. So you want something maybe here between this. Actually, I'm going to the right, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to the left. You want to make sure that something is underneath this left leg, like a rolled up blanket or a block, so it has something to rest on. So I'm going to do that here. And let's say the legs here don't meet. Again, a second block or a rolled up towel or blanket, they can come together here. Something like this. So if the legs don't make it close to the ground, or it just feels like you're too much in a twist and it's kind of binding or overstretching, use props like this. Now the knees are going to the left, the right arm is going to go to the right. My arm makes it to the ground just fine, but let's say your arm is kind of suspended in midair. Another prop can come in handy. Again, maybe a rolled up blanket, a big pillow, an extra block if you happen to have one. So something like this. Just want to be in a place that feels good. You don't feel like you're straining in the pose, but actually can kind of just settle here and relax. And then pay attention to the breathing, still able to take some deep breaths here. Also aware of how this feels or where sensation is showing up. I tend to have kind of tight hips and I have some tension in my low back, and so this feels quite good to help release some of that tension. Let's take a couple more breaths here. All right, we'll come back up to center, allowing the spine to realign after being in that first rotation. We're going to do the other side. So knees now over to the right, using props as needed. I think I am going to place this block between the knees. That should be good. Taking left arm out to the side, and it's okay. It reaches the floor just fine. So this feels good. Wherever you land, you can keep the eyes open and just kind of gaze upward, or even just close your eyes. Take some deep breaths here. Now with these spinal twists, you're welcome to stay in these poses as long as you'd like. Even repeat them. When you do feel complete, maybe take 2 more breaths, just preparing the body to move. We're going to rise up from here, and since the knees are to the right side, let's go ahead and roll to the right, so this left arm just coming around. So I'm on my side here. Press into the floor to lift so I can come up and return to a seated position. Feel free to sit on something soft if you'd like. We're going to end our practice here. Just want to return to the space where we began. Sitting up nice and tall. Nice lengthened spine. Relax shoulders. Maybe a little circle. Relax. Take a deep breath. And then one last movement together. We'll inhale, extend the arms out and up. And as you exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart. Taking one last breath. And as we come to the close of our practice together, we bow, saying, Namaste.
Thank you so much for watching and participating in this yoga lesson. To help us with the channel so we can continue to bring you more content, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's really appreciated. Namaste.